So I'm sure most of you have heard that Sargon of Akkad was recently removed from Patreon, despite the fact that what he said on camera did not actually violate Patreon's community guidelines, because what he said was not posted on Patreon per the community guidelines, nor was it even posted on his Sargon of Akkad YouTube channel. He was removed, as far as I can tell, for thought crime. Now, I know this comparison is hyperbolic and trite, and everyone loves to say that everything is like this, but in my opinion, this really is like 1984. Nothing is illegal, but everything can get you in trouble. The party never spells out what is illegal, because then they might not be able to crack down on you when they feel you've done something wrong. You didn't violate our terms of service, but what you've done reflects poorly on you, on your brand, and on your loyalty to the party. Now, it seems to be a common fear/favorite pastime to worry about the government cracking down on controversial ideas, but I think the real threats to independent thought, at least at this point in history, are actually just what you might call the profit motive and what you might call the authoritarian moral majority. On the profit motive, the thought is, we can't have our users expressing non-conforming ideas. That'll make us look bad. We'll lose money. I mean, think about it. Just as an example, if you were Google, would you want some racist using Google Docs to write their racist manifesto? That would make your website look bad. And on the moral majority motive, I think Tim Cook said it best. He believes that it's his responsibility to enforce his own morality onto his users. And I think that he and people like him are only being this blatantly authoritarian now that they think they're a majority, and now that they have enough muscle to get away with it, which is to say, not enough competition to stop them. Now, in response to Tim Cook specifically, I'd just like to say, hey Tim, so if we're all given our morality and our sense of judgment, as you put it, then how is open and free speech a problem if most people are already on the same page? Surely you wouldn't need to censor ideas if everyone already has this morality which you claim is driving your anti-hate policy. If your opinions are so ubiquitous, then why bother imposing them? And if they're not, then how do you justify imposing them? Personally, I think the answer to that second question ties back to my video on excessive empathy, link in the description. One fact that exacerbates this problem is the fact that all businesses, or most businesses, are interconnected, which means that if one business wants to censor, the ones connected to it will all be strong-armed that way, as we saw when the payment processing company Stripe pulled the rug out from under maker support, and when Gab was shut down after GoDaddy decided to stop hosting them. Now people will argue that if you don't like a platform, go make your own. Well, people have tried that, and it didn't work, for those reasons. The only other option would be to make an entire self-contained parallel economy all at once, which, of course, simply can't happen. I would not be surprised if, at some point in the future, Google Docs physically prevented you from typing certain phrases. I mean, hell, how long until the terms of service for paper notebooks preclude hate speech? How long until it will be normal for your bank account to refuse to cash your paychecks because of an unpopular opinion you have? How long until your insurance company decides to cancel your coverage because you follow Paul Joseph Watson on Twitter? What is stopping any of this from happening? As far as I can tell, nothing.